Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 15 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finish our model and then we created the sheets and we printed that and I showed you how to create all of those. So now we're going to continue working on this. What I want to do is make sure that this is in fine and then save it first. And then we're going to send it to Twinmotion. And then here, we need to click on DataSmith, export it to our, export our model. I'm just going to leave it like this. For the naming, you can change anything you want. And then here, save it. And then you want to make sure that you should open the Twinmotion. So to open, sometimes I do the Twinmotion by itself, the Twinmotion plugin. But now I'm going to just open the Twinmotion. So once you have the Twinmotion opened, so I have it open right here, I'm going to just delete this one and here. And then we could go to our model now. And I'm just going to select this one and go to import first and then click on this plus icon right here, click on open. And then we need to go to that location where we save our DataSmith. And then I'm going to select that and then click on open and then click import. So let's just wait for it to get imported. So if you zoom in, you can see our model are right here. It looks good. Everything is working correctly. And then now we need to sign in first. So sign into your account. Once we're signed in, let's save this first, save as, and then go to our file location. Actually, I have it in my USB drive. And then go to here. Press OK. And then save that there. So once we have it saved, first things we're going to do is go to material. And actually just go to ambience. This is more important, camera. And we want to make sure that parallelism is checked all the time. So that's very important to have that checked there. And then after that, we can do is change the materials that we have here. So I'm going to zoom in right here, lower this a little bit. Actually, I think that's about it for the size there. It's just too much. So the only thing we can do is change it here. I think that's it for the change here. You can then click on clear glass and then drag it. In terms of opacity, let's put a tint here. So I want it dark. And then opacity, intensity is around 80%. And then this one 2.8 as well. So that's good right there. I'm happy with that. And then after this, let's go to material. So we could do is pick material picker. Here we have aluminum, and what we can do is change the color. So go here under tint, then I want it to be dark, and then here I want, so that's dark there. You want to check if the metalness is on. So metallic, make sure it's around 60. Okay, and then what we can do is select that, and then after we select that, it will be available here, and then we could select some of the materials that we have here. Even this one, we're gonna put a dull one right here, and but this we can put as that material, and actually the room number there we could do as well. So I'm happy with that. And then actually the light that we have included here, why not make it there we go. And then let's go to material again. We could do the neon, and then that light we need to specifically add it. So I'm gonna zoom it here and then add it there. Let me just change the speed. I believe that's too fast. I'm gonna change it to number 2, and then the neon, I want it to be added there, and then the glow, we need it to glow a bit. So let's turn that on so that it glows a little bit more, so it's visible. So that's good. Change it to number 4 or 3 now, so that it's easier for us to navigate. I want to change the material here as well. So in terms here, I'm going to go to Megascan, surfaces. I want concrete, and then maybe slab. Not slab, but maybe painted or rough. Concrete pavement. I'm gonna use this one, and maybe this one as well. And I believe that that's looking good there. I'm actually happy with the way that looks. And then this one, and then this one as well. Actually, I'm gonna undo a little bit because I just want white here, and then that one is concrete. But to be honest, it looks really nice that I might just just add it, and then increase the. I'm going to increase the scale. can see that it looks nice there. So I'm going to just leave it like that, and then check this one, and that looks good as well. So the texture is good, the lighting is good as well. I want to change this one to a different, not concrete, but a different surface. So maybe a stone, mosaic, no, not mosaic, limestone, and maybe this one, so that it still does the texture. So a brown on brown. We can make it darker a bit, and then we go and change the wood material. I'm gonna go to the veneer ones. So I'll do this olive, and then scale it a bit so that we can see the grooves. And then here, I'm probably going to use the same one. So I'm going to click that to be consistent here. There we go. We can make it even darker with lines so that it's more noticeable. So I'll do that instead. This one, I'll use this one. There we go. And then I'm gonna select that one. So that's, then actually it changed as well. So I'm happy with that look. Now I want to look for a material for this one, this border wall. I'm gonna look for a concrete material again, but I'm gonna look it from here, and I want a lot of because this one is there's a lot of grooves as well, and I like it because we can make it grayish more, because the other one is like brownish. So this one we could make it a little bit dark, and you can see the contrast, and that looks good and subtle. So after that, I'm going to add in our cars. So we can add in a car right here, and then a car on this. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to put in the concrete material for this. And then we're gonna scale it. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees, and then that's good enough for me. And then here, I want the fine concrete right here. Scale it a bit, and we're good. And then after that, we could go to ground, man-made, and we're going to set this one up for our, I'm going to use this one, scale it a bit, and then this concrete number 4 for this, and then after that I want those cobblestone, and then scale it. And as you can see, that looks really good. That's perfect. And then here I want to change the material, maybe a metal material for this, brushed aluminum, and then I'm gonna make it dark and red. So that's perfect right there. And then we're going to add in material for ground, nature. I'm gonna put this one to grass right here. And I want to isolate all number 4 floors. If we isolate them, actually instead of isolating them, I'm just going to use paint. So let's go to materials, vegetation, place. I'm going to paint them, or not paint, actually just scatter. I think it's gonna be easier for us to just scatter it. So I'm just going to place, then scatter. Then I'm going to use and add the grass. I'm going to make it lawn. Oh no, actually not lawn, long grass. I'm going to delete this first and then put in lawn, the one for the front. And then select all of them and then click the scatter tool. And unfortunately for this one, because it's included to the model in place, it doesn't recognize that one, so we might need to paint that part right there, but I'm going to put in some lawns right here. And then here, it's going to be easier to just add. As you can see, it's easier to add right here, although it goes over, but as you can see, it's a bit faster. And then we can add in more lawns. So that it's thick. As you can see, the more you add, the thicker your grass will be on this part. And then the problem now is just erasing. You can change the diameter and then you can just erase some of this. But it will take time because, as you can see, you need to be patient with this. It's not 100%, but at least you can see that it's doable. And then here we could just clean it up. And then I want to double check the ones at the back if the grass was added as well. So here we could add it as well. It's going to be at the back anyway, so it's not visible. So it's not something that we need to really add, but it's just good to know that it's already there. So number 4 again, to make it fast. It's just taking time. The one that we need to take care of is the front. And then you want to make sure that you're saving all the time, because those are the times where it will crash when you're doing this kind of load. So here, number 4. Here we need to add those as well. And then similar to that, so it's just taking a while, but as you can see, it's being added as well. And then we could just leave it like that for now, and we could go to our ambience. We need to check environment, and then we need to enable HDRI. And what I'm gonna do is backdrop HDRI as well. So instead of the sky dome, backdrop is instead, because I like the way the light bounces on that one. So that's why I usually use that. In sky dome, you can replicate the way that it looks. You have more control of the lighting, but it really depends on the way you like it. So for me, I'm just gonna use backdrop HDRI, and then once everything is done, as you can see, we could increase the size of that. So at the moment, if we go back to the main HDRI, and then we can choose more of this, and then here we could increase the sizing, the height offset, we want to make sure that to put it down a little bit, and then the size, let's make it bigger a little bit, because we have a big one right here. So here, as you can see, it's really good that the way that looks. I'm going to put this one back here so that we have enough room to see, and then I'm just going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to check our user library. So at the moment we don't have it, but I'm gonna load what we have. So to load your user library, go to edit, and then go to preference, and then custom paths, and then here user library, I'm going to documents, and then I have this one right here. Select folder and then press OK. And most of the time it will load it. I'm not sure if we need to close our Twinmotion, but let's just wait and see. If it's there, we're going to use it. And then we're going to save it as well. So at the moment, as you can see, we cannot select the user library, and it's still working on it. So for now, I'm going to save it. I want to make sure that this one does not crash. So I'm going to add that one. So now, I did have to restart it. And if we check, we have the user library now once we restart, and it's working. So we're going to stop here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.